Alright, how's it going, you guys? We're gonna be playing Z.A.T.O, Zato. I love the world and everything in it today. I don't know too much about this. It is something I discovered on my Steam homepage one day, and I thought it looked interesting. It has a little bit of a retro art style to it, and I'm gonna read a little bit about it real quick before we start. So it is the USSR, 1986, so this would have been before it dissolved in, what, 1991? I'm not too good with history, I apologize. It says when Ira Grachevskaya, I'm gonna have to really try hard for these Russian names. If you guys thought I was bad at Japanese names, just wait till you hear me try to pronounce a Russian name. Goes missing in the closed city of Vorkuta 5. Not a soul seems to be concerned, except for the quiet outcast Azyaya Shubina. That is, uncover the mystery behind Ira's disappearance, transmit your radio signal to the universe, and learn why a bird flies past the window. Now, the Steam page does kind of mention the casts and everything. I'm going to skip over that. I want to just kind of meet them as we go. But it says, Zato is a linear visual novel with roughly 7 to 8 hours of playtime. There are no choices. The ending is predetermined. Sit back and enjoy your time in a town that doesn't exist. Interesting. So that sounds rather ominous, but we're going to leave it at that. That's all the information that I know. That's all I've read. And we're just going to pretty much dive into it blind. Real quick, I just wanted to point out that I noticed that, I'm assuming this is the main character. She seems to be looking at something. I don't know if that's like somebody that's sitting next to her or what that is. Or maybe that's part of her scarf. I can't tell. Like, her scarf kind of goes up and over on the screen, and then there's something right there, and I can't tell if that's like someone's jacket or what it is, but that just caught my eye. Let's go ahead and start. Turn down the music a little bit more. It seems to still be kind of loud. Like, I can hear it pretty loud, and I have it so where you guys are hearing it even quieter than I do. So I feel like if I'm hearing it really loud, it's going to be really loud for you guys. I'm just turning everything down kind of around the same. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots that it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type, but even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. And I find that really cute. The sun is kawaii. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. That's me with all the information that I have. I have no idea where I sourced it from. I just know that I did. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look up at the morning sky. When I think of trivia that most people don't know, did you know that penguins have knees? That always is weird to me. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say that the sun is just lazing around in our parts. What with the constant snow. But people go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read the newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to be amazing, I mean improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation is the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, and the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. That consciousness emerges later as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority just doesn't make sense to me. Although you can think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? Excuse me. What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. And wait, now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Gosh, there is like so many different thoughts that are going through my mind right now. When we were going through the opening dialogue, I immediately thought of Vinland Saga. I was thinking of I'm forgetting his name, the prince. Well, I'm thinking of the prince of the Danes when he was talking about just how like beautiful the world is, and he was talking to the priest about how like God's love is like the snow, you know, like it's all around us, like it's for us, right? So I was thinking religiously, of course, during that opening, and then I was also thinking of is there a log? Okay, there is a log. Just so I can kind of go back. I was thinking of if you guys are familiar with the book series, or if you know it from the anime Haruhi Suzumiya, where she's essentially like god of the world but doesn't know it, and so her choices and her mood and her emotions affect those things around her. So when he's talking about a child being like the center of the universe, I was thinking of Haruhi Suzumiya. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? Prince Canute, sorry, it finally came to me. I was like thinking of Vinland Saga. I'm still finishing this series right now. I'm in season 2. But that's a show that has a lot of like great moments to me. When we're talking about like appreciating the things around us. It's a great show. Like it's very like Christian focused. So if you aren't necessarily into that, maybe that won't be something you'd like. But for me, I am Christian, and I do resonate with it on that level. You know, I love the idea of like trying to focus on the good in the world when it seems like everything's about war and killing and hate and division. You know, like trying to find some of the good things in life, which is hard. I struggle with that too. But you have to find it. You have to sometimes make it yourself too. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, I can already tell you guys, if this is how the whole story is going to be, I'm going to be talking a lot. I'm going to be relating a lot to this because I'm already really enjoying this intro. It's very quaint, very quiet, very relaxing, and gets me thinking. What if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured, the same way that a child would? That's an interesting idea, that the universe like has a will and that it like changes over time like we do. What do we do when we want others to perceive us a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. Ah, I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You could say that its observation value equals infinity. Value may seem absolute, but it isn't really, not in mathematics. Though if you start talking about the specifics of this, you're probably going to lose me because I'm not that smart. Infinity plus one exists. It's a value that the universe can never reach as a singular, albeit infinite observer, so it had to create a new finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the plus one. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible, it's fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely, just to have us here. It works so hard just to share its one joy with us worthless insects. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. As I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world truly is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ira Grodchevskaya is missing. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Grodchevskaya? What? Seriously? She's just skipping. No, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know her. She's totally... The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filled the report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That is all. On to the lesson. A chair creaks in the back. Wait. You really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah, we're shocked, you know? We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Our friend. Our Erochka. The room fills with repulsive giggles. Cut it out. Garen, sit back down. The teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns towards the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. A bird flies past the window. Well, we need to find out why the bird flies past the window. The Steam page spoiled us that that's important. Disappearance, give me a break. Aren't we supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Well, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. Ha, you're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So, she didn't come home. Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing, right? That's just Grodchevskaya for you. Bet her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of that. I mean, I've heard of some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? Haha, no way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey. But she's like, for sure with that guy, right? The guy? You don't know? A bunch of people have seen them together. Some older dude, he's like 30 or something. Ew, you serious? Yeah, so trashy. Slowly walk behind my classmate as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. The conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's almost as if they're not making sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There's no trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, there's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It'd be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself in trouble, always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right, this wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows where. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man. I've never even seen or heard anything like that, even though this whole time. suppose it's plausible, knowing how some girls are. Even so, I never thought Ira would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, then it's almost... yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ira in love. Forbidden love, too. Wow, I'd have never guessed. Never took that girl for a romantic. But she is a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those type of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along. Oh, it's just funny to me with the kind of books my wife's been reading. She's been reading very romancy, fantasy type books lately. Ah, crap. It's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this. I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ira's really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Hey, Shabina. Huh? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two are pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? Really, I thought you two were dykes. Huh? They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. God, fit in, you dumbass. Krachevskaya is screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know, some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. Am I playing another Yuri novel right now? So I've been playing, you know, a few Yuri novels lately. And I didn't pick this because it was Yuri, I promise. I don't. It's... look at her face. Chill out. So I'm saying Shabina. But is it Shabina? I don't know. I apologize if I'm just totally mispronouncing this name. Like I said, I'm not a master of Russian by any means. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You really a lesbo or something? I'm not. They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she has already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom. I'm thinking on the home screen that part that's kind of at that top right, I think that was part of her jacket. Now she's going down the corridor, up the stairs to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's going to storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with the face? You look like you're holding in a shit. Haha, she's totally a lesbo. I'm not. Never talked to her, I told you. The steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shubina? Now I'm questioning myself on how to pronounce this. Shubina. I'm just gonna say Shubina. Why is that? I don't know. Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What, you want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shubina, want to go out with Igor? Oi. What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. I bite my tongue. Tisk. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why do I keep doing it? I plop down on my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. If Eva came in for the door and beat them up right now, then and there, would it really help my case? They'd probably keep saying those same things behind her back, into my face. I guess it would really be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing she didn't interfere. It's a good thing, it's a really great thing. So I'm definitely getting the impression, and then obviously like they're kids in school, but she seems a little bit like chuny, I guess, to say it in Japanese, you know, like a chunibyo. She's has very strong imaginations. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking, last time I saw Ira, the teachers say her parents saw her leaving in the morning, but she didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira's always had a bad attendance record. So I assume she skipped as usual and went to see that man they talked about. Did she go to him right away? Because in that case yesterday evening, go home, Asya. The teacher's office, was it? I'm kind of scared of going straight to the police, but I should probably report that. Not sure if it would be of any help, and for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it doesn't sit right with me. But there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Eva really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be right to ruin it? Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. But whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. I'm really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it. So that's why I don't want to tell anyone what I saw. It must be the good in me screaming, don't ruin their good fortune. They probably are so happy together right now. It's none of your business. Sorry, I'm to interrupt again. The writing in this is phenomenal. Like this to me, like, I don't know, this screams like teenager. Like just the way she's talking, the way she's like going about problem solving this is just like, it's so naive. It's so like, oh, I can justify it. They're, you know, it's like a high schooler and a 30-year-old man. Like, I can justify this. They're star-crossed lovers. They're meant to be. They're happy. It's like, this is just how teenagers thought. Like, I've heard of similar like thought processes, you know, when I was growing up, right? About how people like justified things that as an adult you'd be like, yeah, that's probably not good. There's a reason situations like that don't end happily. They just never do. Yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I'd seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent and everyone will be happy. That's not a good idea. I'll be happy, the good irrational me will be happy, and the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yep. Good job, Asya. You solved it. Yeah, it sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here any longer. I feel like she's just saying ignorance is bliss right now, like is what I could summarize this as. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint. Objection. Sorry, Galio. No, you're wrong. What if, and bear with me, what if Ira is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's a possibility that she's in danger. There's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. If she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. That's true. And if I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that the off chance of Ira being in danger and my words being the key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Whoa. My words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah. That would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say, I shouldn't have said... She'd say, I shouldn't have. She'd say, I told you to leave me alone, dummy. Then I'd just shake my head and respond, it's nothing. I'm just doing what I was supposed to. Now I gotta come up with something cooler. I'll need to think about that. Wait, why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Jeez, of course not. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. I just keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I made up my decision. I'm going to the teacher's office. Where is it again? I doubt they expect anyone to come. I'll probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking. Down the staircase to the right, down the hall. There's that teacher's office. Oh, a girl. There's a girl standing there right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. Turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Oh, okay. Hey. What? You're Azia, right? Ah, yes. How did you know? It's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Sorry. Really? God, that's what I'm talking about. It's not like I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where people get them from. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside of our immediate circle through gossip or common friends. But I haven't made any new ones since the day Tosia left. Gossip. Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that, but I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay them too much attention. Wait, when I put it like that, it kind of sounds like it's my fault. My point is, when people will regurgitate the idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. My name's Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Grotchevskaya? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. Ah, I see. For some reason, I thought they only broke the news to us, Ira's classmates. But it makes sense they'd at least give the upperclassmen a heads up just in case they happen to know her. Which means, you also know something about Ira? Yep. Ah, that's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow, and what did you tell them? Tisk. That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Azia. The walls got ears. Big Brother is listening. I understand. Sorry. Well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. I'm making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I don't look like I know the first thing about vigilance. Ah, who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. Sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her fingers to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because a bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's going to be the same thing as my classmates. Just because I acted rude. I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We've just met and we've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it. I desperately search her face for signs of mockery. But weirdly, I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Hee. Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some sort of stupid ruse. I'm gonna believe this girl, and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait, does this mean she's a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any, at least not at school. That was really presumptuous of me. Wonder what Ira is like when she's with friends. It is kind of funny. Like, I have, a few good friends, and it's weird to me that they have friends outside of our friendship, Like, because we'll have, like, our own little friend group, and then it's weird when the friends in that friend group have friends outside of that friend group. It's like, what do you mean? You're not mutually exclusive with me. Like, we're not just friends. So you have other friends. You're seeing other people. Kind of feels like you're, like, cheating on me, I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. Guess it'd be easier to catch you in between lessons, but haha, I got so caught up in all those stupid rumors. Kind of slipped my mind. She knows. But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Aha, well, Marina looks at the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about it in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. Takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. Not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still, I don't like this. What do you mean? I know Ira's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all that we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you. I just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Uh... Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All my stumbled protests sound so weak they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report it at all, so what? I carefully examined my options and came to my conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. But there was something to it in the end, so I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say. This can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for anything to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea, but it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path, that's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs to the lobby to the coat room, I couldn't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I can feel my doubts turning to excitement. This is definitely the right path. The girl knows about IRA. I want to know more about IRA too. The whole wide world wants me to know. She definitely buys into the theory that the world revolves around her a little bit. Oh, we're getting a title drop. That's not ominous at all. I'm like, that music was very abruptly cut. Okay, so we're in episode 1. No idea how many episodes there is. What the hell is your problem? Everyone is looking for IRA to Garen to the chair that just crashed to the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Okay, so this is in the past then? I guess we're getting like a perspective from IRA? Huh? Grachevskaya, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying her any mind to the commotion that's filled the classroom, IRA storms towards Garen. IRA, her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she ripped the notepad from his hand and slams on the desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? IRA doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. Classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of the way as she retrieves her bag, then heads towards the door. Crazy bitch. She ignores him. I don't know, it does seem like she's mad about something. Grachevskaya, what are you doing? Hey! IRA forcefully pushes past the teacher. You... Grachevskaya! What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls in deaf ears. Everyone knew Grachevskaya. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. IRA had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours, not just because of the small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself in the virtually non-existent crime rate, and that's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. Okay. Weird town. You're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like IRA appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless, like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible, that is, on IRA's parents. And questions begin to arise. Why is Sky's daughter behaving like this? Is there some trouble at home? Do they believe that this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They were granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we really want them to be here? That's hard to answer, because it's like maybe part of it's the way they raised her. To me, just from that short scene we just got, it seems like she's having an outburst, like she's like angry at the world, right? Or angry about something about her circumstances. I think it's wrong to assume that just because you have everything in life that you're happy. It's like, okay, if you have financial stability, if you have a loving family, if you have like all the right necessary ingredients for happiness, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be happy. Obviously, you know, depression's a thing, and various like different medical circumstances, right? And sometimes people like different things. So if you don't have the right like stimulus in your life, the right things that make you happy, um, I guess for me, like part of my happiness I realized and why I end up coming back to playing visual novels all the time is because I do get some enjoyment out of it. I'm a really big reader. My wife kind of goes through phases where she's like on and off with reading, and right now she's in a really big phase of reading. So we went to the bookstore last night, and she's like, "Oh, maybe I could get this book online." It's like, "No, it's fine. You can get it here right now. It's fine." Like it is a little bit more expensive, but I want to feed, um, you know, her happiness in reading right now. I want her just to be able to continue to read and continue indulging in that because it's just such a good hobby to have. It's good for your brain, right? Like I'd rather her be reading than on her phone. So like I'm trying to encourage that habit, even if it's like a temporary thing and she's gonna like take a break from books after that. But I want to encourage her while she's happy doing that. And for me, visual novels, I guess, are like kind of my happiness. I kind of go through on and off phases. Like I don't ever stop liking them. It's just sometimes, you know, I have to take a break from reading them just because I've been reading a lot. But you know, everyone has different things that they like. So for her, I'm wondering if she's just not getting to indulge in the thing that she enjoys. She's in this town where maybe she has everything provided for her, but maybe it's not enough. Maybe there's something else she wants to do. Maybe the strict society makes her feel trapped. It kind of sounds like it's a very homogenous society, and maybe that's a problem for her. Maybe she wants to venture out and see more variety than just, you know, the quiet life. I don't know. We'll have to continue reading. I've heard a lot of talks like that. I've heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garen. I didn't quite get why. Everyone was just having fun. It was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I think she's just, I guess what I'm trying to say is she's lashing out because of something. It's like, okay, yes, maybe her parents are doing the right thing, or maybe there is something at home and that's putting stress on her. People carry stress with them. I've learned that firsthand, of course. I am very much someone who carries my stress with me. It's hard for me to get rid of it. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, and my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they'd get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't. But I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. She rarely shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that, and I was also really scared. Ira has never so much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it was like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson, I think it was math. I came in through the door. Gosh, you're smoking, huh? There she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. She's like, someone else is in the room. I can't pee. Just gotta hold it in. I've had to like really, I don't know if this is a universal experience, but yes, I have trouble like going to the bathroom like if someone else is in the room. Like, you know, you're in a public restroom and you need to go pee. Like it's hard to like, it feels kind of suppressed, you know, like when there's people around you and you get kind of self-conscious. Like you have to really just like learn to focus on something else, and that helps. Like if I'm focusing on like, oh, there's people talking around me, or people making noise, and I know they're like listening, or that it's not necessarily they're actively listening, but they can hear it. Like you just have to like not focus on that. Maybe I'm just like too self-aware as a person and I get anxiety. I don't know. I grew up having a lot of social anxiety, so like those were things that like crossed my mind when I'm trying to pee in public, you know? Really dumb. Like not really something you should have as a thought, but it makes it hard to like go to the bathroom, you know, when there's people around. So like I totally understand what she's feeling. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. Wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all that for me. That would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung to open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. What am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of the toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd just gone mute, as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, wait. Please. I took a step towards her, and she jolted away like I were a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask, and I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Imagine just saying that in the middle of a Russian winter. Isn't it cold outside today? Of course it's cold outside. The windowsill. When you sat soaking there right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Yeah, she blinks. Not really. Maybe a little. Ah, thought so. Why are you acting like you caught her? Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Well, I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen's read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. And why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Huh? Well, I guess not. Her voice was getting on my nerves. I see. I looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything like that. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or wrong. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door, and this time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear her right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry. Ira Grachevskaya. The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head right as I needed to get back to the class. I need to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. Washed my hands from nothing in particular. Yeah, we didn't even pee. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat for the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library and for a walk. And then when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Huh? My notebook. I just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shumina. I borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no. I forgot to I left it in there. No. It's just a drawing. Yeah, you sure? It really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Well, whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts voluntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to. I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. It's embarrassing to think about it now, but... Ah, Ira. She just walks past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder. Even though it took all my courage just to muster that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim. What? Remember when when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jesus, you remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble Shibuna. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. You probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? Hehe, that would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's really not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not like the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah. Maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. They're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it. Oh, that's good, I guess. Yeah, I had really bad acne, like... Well, I say really bad, but it was bad to me, okay? When I was a teenager. So, like, I totally get that. I still have it, unfortunately. One thing that's really helped me is supplementing zinc. I definitely noticed that, like, helps clear up my skin a lot more. Like, it doesn't make it completely go away, but, like, I get less, like, the breakouts and stuff. These are things I really wish I knew when I was younger. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I probably could have just had a better diet, too. I'm not gonna say that I ate super good. I feel like I lived off of, like, cereal and McDonald's or something like that. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. You never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously. You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. You gotta learn how to do it at some point, especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really. Hey, how about we help you out? Eh? Yeah. Just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you're gonna love it. All right, but yay, come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. I feel like she's like a victim of bullying and slight abuse, and she's like trying to justify it, which is unfortunate. People do that. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make somebody feel bad. I could agree with that, I guess, but this sounds like coping. I really believe that if someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. Okay. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or to scream at them, or to punish them, or... I feel like she has a very unhealthy obsession with Ira. Like, I think in a way so I talked about Ira kind of lashing out because she's trying to like fight back against the system. Maybe she has some unwanted or unmet need in her life. Maybe she wants to spread her wings and feels like society's like kind of crushing her in a way. Maybe we are also feeling that. Maybe Azia is also feeling like she can kind of break out of society's mold through Ira, and maybe that's why she's kind of idolizing her right now. I'm really overanalyzing this. I feel like I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like that. At least the toilet's closed so I can wash this mess off quickly. Bah, should stop falling for these pranks. But so sorry. Lift my face up without thinking. Oh no. What the hell? Ira jerks away from me. I can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God, I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. I do think that society has... Sorry, I'm getting off another tangent. I do think society has a really unhealthy obsession with makeup. I don't know if y'all have ever like seen someone who wears makeup and then you see that, like, you're so used to seeing them with it on and then you see them without it and it's like this drastic change and you're like, oh, it's like that's what they look like. It's not like meant to be like insulting, I guess, when you think that, but I guess in reality maybe it comes off that way. But like you get so used to seeing someone one way, and so when you see them like a completely different way, it's very jarring. I do think society would be better if we did wear less makeup. Like, I think there's a lot of women that look perfectly fine, but you're so used to seeing them with the makeup that it changes their look. And so when you see them looking normally, like I said, it's very jarring. I don't think most girls probably need the makeup. I think we're just trying to hide imperfections all the time. And it's like, you don't really need to do that so much. Like I said, like I grew up with like acne that was really bad, and I would have loved to hide it, you know? But like, I think instead of like, let's teach people about makeup. Let's teach people like how to like treat the imperfections, right? Like if it's acne, like let's teach people how to treat that instead of just hiding it and covering it up and being ashamed of something that happens to most teenagers. You know, I think most people get acne, right? They were talking about her complexion. I don't know if that's implying that she was really pale, but it sounds like they live in an area that's really cold and maybe they don't get enough sun. After a bump, reality had dawned on me. I keep telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much in no uncertain terms. She said that, and I keep repeating it again and again and again. I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her last year a classmate she found annoying, one who just so happened to make fun of me, her not joining in, her telling me she liked my writings. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the impression she idolizes her because part of her wants to be like her. She said they weren't stupid. Oh, wait. 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered. There. Thanks for the unforgettable night. I went around Ruffs and Snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later. Nah. Very funny. Hopefully you, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the whole class morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it, as if I didn't have it good enough before, as if my life had real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's also stupid, I can't help but laugh. Aha. That's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit, but better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful memories. I could reminisce fondly about the time I looked out and saw Garen all scared and confused, or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit on its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. Something I've been perfectly content with until now. Until I decided that I wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously, I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am, and I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right, I've got classmates I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. I have all this right here now. Everything that a girl my age could ask for. So why did I act as if it wasn't enough? Oh, I'm sorry. I have to like click to get like the rest of the sentence to appear, and so I was getting a little trigger happy there. I have all this right here, right now, everything a girl my age could ask for. So why did I act as if it wasn't enough? Why the hell did I even... You idiot. What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? It looks like she's gonna slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly swiping clumps of snow stuck to my coat. Sorry, I'm taking a moment to enjoy the music. The music in this has been like... It almost fits it so well that it just kind of blends in. Like, you almost don't notice it, but... I don't know. I really like the soundtrack. Like, I was taking a second to appreciate it, you know? My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Ira, how did you know I was here? Doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up, my limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally, but there's nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance. My legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. I look at Ira. Her face is... Huh? The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous, it's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. Ira's gonna punch me for real. She's gonna punch me and then never speak to me again. I didn't even say sorry, I just braced myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. Doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. He pissed me off, and you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believe that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. Look down at the moist and crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at the shriveled up piece of paper, and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You want to burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh, no thanks. It's wet anyways. I pulled the letter and shoved it into my pocket. It will get damp inside, but I don't care. I can't throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in the end. Oh. So Ira's mad because you're being fake right now. You're holding on to a fake confession and pretending it's real. Why? Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay, even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying. Ira came. Thank you. Eh? I smile at her. Even after I said I'd come to terms with it. No, right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away the last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Ah, flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? Haha, haha. That's so cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Alright, I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry, I'm fine. Whatever, I'm going home. Alrighty, Ira gives me a quick once-over. You take care. Ah, yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. Feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know it's a lot. So she's gonna hesitate saying what she wants to say to her, which I don't even know what it is exactly that she wants to say to her. I think, like I said, I think she looks up to her because she's the kind of person she wants to be. And she doesn't quite know how to, like, thank her for encouraging her to want to be something different than what she is. I think maybe that's what she wants to say. And she's not sure how to get those words out. I turn and walk a couple steps in my direction of my home. I definitely have a few people that I've met in life that, like, changed me in ways that they'll never know. And it's like, yeah, I would have loved to, like, thank them and really, like, say, hey, I appreciate it. I don't necessarily remember every exact thing you said, but I remember, like, the way you, like, held yourself and the way that you approach situations and your optimism, the way you explained things, and the time you took to, like, talk about things that really mattered in life. I guess I have, like, a teacher that really did that for me. And, like, I'm really grateful for that. I still will glaze him, like, when I'm talking to my wife and things like that. Like, he was someone that was very influential to me, someone that I really looked up to and respected. And I never had the chance to tell him that. Like, I never really showed thanks for that. Like, it was such a small period of my life, but it's something that I still think about, you know, so many years later. I guess in a sense, maybe she feels that way about Ira, like that Ira, like, changed her in a way, or, like, made her feel validated, I guess, in a sense. With her drawings, I feel like everyone else makes fun of her drawings, and that Ira came in and appreciated them, and was also a little bit rebellious to the system that I feel like kind of pushes her down in a bit. Anyways, sorry. I'm just kind of, like, thinking out loud. I'm gonna walk a couple steps in my direction of my home. No, changed my mind. I run back. God, my legs are still so stiff. I turned the same corner Ira passed time a minute ago, and she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why did she always leave in such a rush? It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat for the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library, and for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. I feel like we've read this. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, none of your business if I did, and she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or the store, just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer, started to take new routes. Yeah, haven't we read this? Again and again, walking and walking, praying and praying. Okay, it sounds a little different. Do you assholes ever shut up? This bitch. Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah, and she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen dare if I knew she'd see me like that. Though choosing truth when playing these guys. Not sure that's what's worse. Oh, well, I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging and wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. Now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance. All the boys skirt out of her way, only Garen doesn't. Move. Nah, what's the rush? Come play with us too, huh? Ha, dude, you serious? Come on, Have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun. Right, Shubina? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what, gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. Look, got a grenade in there or something. She looks at him. Hmm? Oh no, does she have a knife? Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. What is that? It's a bow compass. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into jeers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. Ah, it's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers know most people will think she didn't plan on helping me at all. That's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated, and I'm still getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. Can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yes, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only. I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad when Ira was ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore, because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling along the main street, at the courtyards, at the community center, at the store, at the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home, which could be the case. It didn't sound like something she would do. When I heard and could assume she didn't have the best relationship with her parents, spending hours on end in a home like that every day. No, I really doubt that. The other more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly unlikely, I was hoping to do just that, bother the heck out of her. Haha. I almost felt brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. Ah, my breath halted. Oh, hey, hi. The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. Never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? Again? Huh? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way out here. What? Ah, no. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? Yes. Okay. It gives me an incredulous look. Do you like smoke? No, I don't. Why? The smoking area. Ah, yes, I know that. You want to try then? What? Smoking? Mm-hmm. No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just... What about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Why are you at the Institute? Yeah, something like that. This is the most awkward conversation. My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh, you bring her lunch. That's what I said. That's so sweet. Eh? I mean, it's really nice to, you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. The whole I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would, but Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Ah, crap, that proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard, but it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. Is this a horror game? Shelby said her mom forgets her lunch sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. Doesn't take long to get to the institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yes, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Hero walks back into the building. Okay, that was really creepy and abrupt. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice if it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. Your Pitbull, then. Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. They think we're friends. Well, not really, but looks like they picked up on it. On Ira reacting like that to me being used as a laughing stock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking. Haha, that's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure, it's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. They'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Damn, good point. Well, her parents could just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah, to a relative or something. But no. I mean, how could you say that? Everyone, pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it, how Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time, but still she forgets her lunch sometimes. Ah, this can't happen. No, it can't be. It can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. They can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it'll all be over. If they do, then I won't. We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and I look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly through the tundra. Far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and it comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. The world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? Is there anything I can do? A bird flies past the window. Ira. What? I'm really using up all my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick in her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to class as much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says you'll get sent away, that your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. It's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It's just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think about it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Haha, nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's not just fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around. Ira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we're just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I checked the whole class, the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at that kind of stuff. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. He throws a cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We were playing a game. Really. Please don't get in any more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. I have an idea where it is. It was Garen, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. She walks out the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it immediately becomes clear when we make a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Gah! Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry. We're sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Now the smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary, right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above, then using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. What? Ira almost loses her balance but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa, are you okay? Yeah, let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Don't know, I didn't see anything. I wasn't here. That's the boys' bathroom. I would never be in the boys' bathroom. Yeah, how would I have broken that, you know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gross. Ah, I see. Thank you again. How did you know it would be in the boys' bathroom? You think Sharik would go into the ladies' room? No, I actually suspected they put it in there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know, I should have checked there from the start instead of running around the whole school like a... No, you can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not paying... Or they're not your friends. Where did I get paying? I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off for once in your life? I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad, and I wouldn't... I can't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, I wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I've not tried it before. When I say something like that, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So frickin' what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. Not like you. I can't just do that. I can't just act like I don't care when everyone's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. When I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but So what's your plan? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. But I'm also disappointed in myself. Azia. You know, I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garrett and her friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Yara's around. The real cowardly reason why I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Well, she's kind of telling you what to do. It's just a matter of whether you're going to follow her advice or not. I understand, like, morally, she's having trouble with it. Like, standing up for herself. She feels like it's not right. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling IRA to get her act together, and yet I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem? Why? What kind of question is that? Because I like them. Oh, really? You like them? You like my poems? What else would I ask? Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something, or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. Alright, I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. Okay, so she already knew that she was leaving. But it sounds like she abruptly left. Like, maybe something happened before she was supposed to leave. Because she was still a classmate in school. So we're gonna see something happen pretty soon, because there's a month left. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way I sat for the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. I feel like this is the third time I'm reading this. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me, and whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. But I think they're trying to, like, hone this message in. Like, her life was pretty normal. It was pretty, like, scripted almost. But the difference is, I feel like it's slowly like, okay, my thoughts involuntarily drifted towards Ira. That's the thing that changes in her everyday routine. She's still attending classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store, just wandering the streets killing time. I keep thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. How interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. And as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Okay, this is a new place. Oh, Ira. Hi. Is this the Institute? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh no, I mean, what are you doing out at the center? Oh, so this is the, is this a community center? Or I guess the library as well. Maybe it's, both. So you go to the library. What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Why not? It looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons, exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she really read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. It's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically that evil's an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. Even if you do things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot of dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That that's how it is. I can't say I disagree with her. At least I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. Serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. Everyone's so nice. Where's all the greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment. There are really horrible, awful things happening every day. I like that perspective. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment. There's lots of things in my life that I'm like, oh, this is so, hard to get through, and like life's the worst. And then as I've gotten older, I've realized like, okay, those things were painful in the moment because they were new to me. They were things I hadn't experienced. Like my first heartbreak, right? Like that was such like a painful thing to get through. And it's like, if I went through another heartbreak, especially because I've been married, like if I ever had something like that happen now, like yes, that would hurt even more, but it's only because I'm in such a committed relationship versus how I was before. My first breakup, was I was in a relationship for like half a year, and so it was hard. It was something I was like kind of committed to. It did start to become a part of my daily life. And then losing that routine, right, like kind of hurt. It was something I enjoyed, I looked forward to. But looking back, I'm like, oh, at the time that felt really horrible and awful. But now I'm like, I can laugh about that, like it's nothing compared to some of the other evil and hard things that are happening out there to people. I wouldn't say it's the worst thing out there anymore, It did feel really hard at the time. I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Oh, this is so philosophical, and I love this. These things don't come from bad intentions. There's so much bad in the world that comes out of not necessarily bad or evil intentions. That is true, because like intention matters. Like if I hurt someone, it doesn't necessarily mean I was trying to, right? Like I think we as human beings offend other human beings all the time. And it's like, it's not like because we're trying to hurt them or trying to offend them or trying to make them feel anything, really. It just so happens because, we perceive things in a certain way. And it's hard to match that up. Everyone's so different. You can't really please everybody. Like, that's just absolutely so true. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, not evil. There was this famous judge, oh gosh, I gotta do another name. Disonius, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyways, Disonius, he said, evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil. Okay, we're just gonna go straight to Hitler. Okay. I don't know if this is controversial to say, but I'm sure Hitler did some nice things. I don't think he was a 100% evil person, because nobody really is. There's tons of people that do nice things. Like I said, I'm not going to defend him in any way, but even evil people do good things. They're not, I agree with the idea that Disonius was talking about, like, if there was a person that's evil, that doesn't mean every single little thing they do in life is evil. Rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? Yeah, he was probably a perfectly normal child. Wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists, it's freaking everywhere. I mean, yeah, sure. But is that worth discrediting experiences growing up where somebody wasn't evil? Is it okay to just say, okay, because they became evil at some point in their life, that they were always evil? It's because there's a reason for it, doesn't make it better. I don't know, you're going down a slippery slope just labeling people like that. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. What? It's like, doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. which I tend to agree with. I don't think necessarily anyone's just born immediately evil. Doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that, but it's kind of a being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe, because it's the idea of being itself, right? I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. No, I totally get what she's saying. Like, she's saying, like, there's tons of stuff that just happens naturally in the universe. Like, there's a pecking order. We think about, like, the circle of life, with, like, animals eating other animals. And nowadays, like, the thought of, like, eating an animal to some people is like, oh, that's terrible. Like, I would never do that. Like, I would never want to hurt the animal. You know, like, we add, like, these morals to it that are, like, I don't know, like, almost kind of like we've created them as, like, a circumstance of, like, okay, nowadays we have access to so much different foods. Like, you can go and be vegetarian or vegan. You don't, like, have to consume animal products. So because of that, we have people that choose to do that and choose to see eating animals as immoral. Whereas maybe our ancestors would have grown up thinking, okay, this is just a natural part of life. I guess, like, we've kind of added morals as we've added comfort, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I see things. And nowadays we see, like, killing people as, like, really wrong, whereas maybe in certain cultures back in the day they saw it as just, like, a natural part of life. I kind of understand what they're talking about I'm getting off topic. I'm not trying to justify anything, I guess. It's whatever, about what I expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. I guess in a way I kind of relate to Azia as a character. Like, her thought process is kind of similar to mine in a way. Like, I don't want to just see people as black and white. Like, I don't want to see them as just, like, evil or not evil. Like, there's good people that do bad things sometimes, and then there's bad people that also do good things. Like, both can be true. For a second, I feel a lump rising in my throat, but then I realized something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it looks like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Like, everyone's good deep down. Like, nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. Now, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think there's tons of people that hurt people on purpose, but the sweet world you're living in. I totally understand why some people think that the easiest way to live life is to just put other people down and, like, bring yourself ahead. I know I was talking about how as society and things have evolved and how we've added comfort, that necessarily means we can add morals to things. Like, we have, like, the room to add those. I know I was kind of mentioning that, but I'm not trying to say anything bad about having morals or having, like, standards. Like, I don't want to discredit anybody for having that. Like I said, I'm religious, so of course I have my own set of morals and standards that I try to hold for myself. And I'm not perfect, right? I think a lot of people would say that I'm very imperfect, including myself, most importantly. But like I said, I like to consider myself a good person, but does that mean that I don't do bad things sometimes? No. You know, I'm me. I'm imperfect. Everyone is. You do it. If I were you... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm skipping. If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. And of course, I get angry at the world sometimes too, even though it's partly my fault for being imperfect and making mistakes. But aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Wow. Even angrier. Yes. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. Imagine Ira throwing 100 chairs flying towards 100 Garants. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira's like a bodhisattva? Bodhisattva. I can't pronounce that. Dozens of hands, half are for holding furnitures, half are for stationery. Oh, is that like that being that has all the hands or whatever? Is that... I tend to think of that as being like Indian. A halo of chairs and compasses. Maybe Russians have something like that too. My impression of like Russia is it's more like Catholic, no? Maybe? Halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 more times halos. You're surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer, just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some of the books I've recently read, my impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening, though. I'm the same way. Like, you guys probably think that when I'm just, like, talking and trying to explain my thoughts or my stories that I probably sound really dumb. I feel kind of dumb sometimes when I'm trying to explain a thought, and I'm like, this is not coming out the way I want it to. But hopefully you guys can, like, I guess, get the deeper meaning. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. Maybe I can't find anything of the sort. Oh, jeez, I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette, but... Oh, really? Yeah, plans. Oh, I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kind of interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Sorry. That bothers me because I feel like I relate to her, and so, like, here I am apologizing to you guys for sounding kind of dumb. Here it gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off, right? I hope you enjoy them. It's like, I'm not a confident person, she's not a confident person. I guess I relate to that. She nods in approval. Phew. Oh, and the books I read. They were, Angelique by Anne Golan. And Angelique, the romance series. Yeah, it's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got into reading them, and I didn't really expect you to be into. They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not. It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Okay. I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yes, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. Never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined, and I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, like, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little bit more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time, I'll ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies. I wonder what her favorite movies are. Does she also like romance films? That'd be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could go to the cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyways. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree I understand it, but I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for the lesson. Probably wouldn't even talk it even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with you, Shubina? You're all smiles, finally taking my advice to heart. What advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see, really. Yes, it is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, Vadim. I'll do that. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today, I don't mind. I know we're gonna see each other soon. I'm gonna do everything to bump into Ira again. I'll walk the whole town up and down so we reach each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe, no, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking, but there's no time left. There's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill up this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira, hi. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, it's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. Barely holds in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked, it really worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of town. She was crouching down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in another. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer? Ira shakes her head and looks at the ground. The rush of joy that washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why over here? Are you okay? She mutters something. Huh? Ing on me. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. I take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Eh? You spying on me now? What? No, I was just walking here at a garage lot. Yes. She gives me a look of such contempt it sends a shiver down my spine. Why? I'm not lying, really. I always take these walks after school, and I'm going the same route that's boring over time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. This isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she believed a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street or in the community center, but it'll get colder soon, you know? So it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going, I need to keep talking because that's what I wanted to do with her. I want to talk to her, so I have to because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up and we will clear everything up and she won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. I can't bear the having her glare at me in silence. And I'm no, you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is bigger and you can see way into the tundra, and what I mean is I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I'd hoped she'd be here, like I hoped she'd be wherever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She's talking a lot. She keeps talking about how she wants to learn more about Ira, but then every time she gets to Ira, I feel like all she does is talk about herself, which she's trying to, like, cover up for Ira, maybe not wanting to share about herself. I think that's really what's going on, is that Ira seems to be doing something. I don't know what it is, but I get the impression she's doing something that she doesn't really want other people to see. And seems that we keep getting in the way. Just staring at me. For a moment her eyes soften, but then she closes them as if looking at me was wearing her out. Takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can't I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. Wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out, or even just whatever, it's fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. Cool wind blows in my face. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I'd like to have a snow hill form over me too. It'd look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. I guess he would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that likes to have some warm soup with them? That'd be cute. Should have asked her. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way, I don't want to hang out with her. Yeah, come on. They're going to have those older girls there too, right? One's from grade 10. Oh, I bet Mishina will be there. I should talk with you. Hey, you don't know. I said we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyways. That's true. Where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. We got Grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Vadim? No way. Dad's been, he's kind of tired recently. Ah, really? Yeah, it's whatever, though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help Mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? Feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays, at least I did. Well, maybe I didn't forget, but the end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira, she's absent again. I'm not surprised. I just really wish I could clear things up with her. Not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again. What for? Did I really do something wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. Then maybe a small gift. That might be weird though, and I won't get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with the spare change? Maybe a little treat will do. A waffle. Would you like a waffle? Ah, what the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? Gosh, you just shut up. Focus on something else. It's just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. But I've got to try. Inhale. Exhale. There, a little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little bit better. The buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can really get sick from this. I'm getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. It's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts get snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quick. The winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. Oh, I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. Closes at 6, so no, for sure not. Oh well. Already began putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh, and there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall and bare for now. Well, I like it as it is. The way the snow rests on the branches makes it look so mighty. Alright. I'm getting into a bit of a festive mood. Wish the frost wasn't so prickly, then I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there'd be a lot of people out here on an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. Inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. Make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head, an obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. But that's just my opinion. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcoming, though judging by how quiet it is, I turn the key and enter. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes, thank God no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take on my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into my room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it will be calm. I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Now we're friends again. Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window and then turn on the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. You want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. Sit opposite her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, and neither am I. It's not awkward per se. I just pick at the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. Both use this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm sworn of nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with my own mother. You run away from her even though she has it so hard. You traitor, brat, ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless, so I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I gonna do? What was I... Oh, right. I pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ira asked me to write a poem. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Haha. Haha, nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Tosia did. That was years ago. That poem, the one that Garen read. What did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Ah, that's it.
Сырая черная земля, не обнимай меня так нежно, не рви наряд свой белоснежный и спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться, а иней пусть себе искрится, и пусть летят по небу птицы, и светит бледная заря.
Oh, damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly, do not tear your snow-white attire and sleep peacefully. I will scratch, I will beat, but frost will still glimmer, and the birds will still fly across the sky, and a pale dawn will still shine. Ah, it's so lame. Can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Gara was too nice. At least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it, so maybe it's not bad at all. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least worthwhile in Ira's eyes, that's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was in a bad mood because of me, but I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be mad at me anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though, I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she will show up to school again. Bumping into her on the street's a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyways. I got nothing to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand that poem to Ira, then it'll all be worth it. Uh-oh, is this when she disappears? I get the feeling we're not gonna be able to show it to her. Ow. My wrist is tired. Totally gonna wear down this poor eraser at this rate. Gotta remember to buy a new one. Just a bit annoying, even though I asked my classmates to be more careful, they always forget about it. I didn't used to do that before, but now whenever I lend a textbook to someone, I specifically ask them not to doodle in it. Despite that, they always come back with crude drawings all over. Can't hand them back to the library like that. I'll even get in trouble if a teacher sees it. Lay back in my chair. A week. That's how long it's been since I've last seen her. It's not exactly new for her to skip for several days at a time, but a whole week. Nobody else seems to be bothered, though. I shouldn't be either. It's not her job to be my, I don't want to call her Pitbull. Either way, it's nothing new. Nothing new, nothing bad. Maybe Ira's taking in the town she's grown to love. Who knows when she'll return here after she moves out. I get that. I would do the same. But still, I just wish I could see her. Is she still mad at me? I really hope not. But if she is, I just have the thing to help. I have just the thing to help it. That's right, it's done. I wrote Ira a poem. I wonder how she'll react. I wonder if she'll like it. I really hope she likes it. Maybe she'll smile. Or what if she gets flustered? That'd be so cute. I just want to make her forget. I just want to see her make that face again. Keep walking around. I don't really expect to see her at this point. It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill. Like a soldier patrolling the streets. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. It's not like the weather is harsh all the time. Real colds will settle in a couple weeks. The winds can get annoying after a few hours, but aside from that, it's bearable. It's pretty. It's all good. The main road, the two residential streets, the community center, the helipad, the garages, the parking lot, the school, the stadium, the research center, the kindergartens, the barracks. I've seen it all 1,000 times. Perhaps somewhere deep down I'm a little tired of this view. But I can't hate it. I can't pretend like I won't miss it when it ceases to exist. When I finish school, I'll go to university. I'll tell everyone I'm from Vorkuta, not Vorkuta 5. Because Verguta 5 does not exist. People from Verguta 5 do not exist. Once outside will ask me something about Verkuda, the real Verkuda, and I'll answer zero hesitation. If I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be allowed to leave at all. To leave Verkuda 5, you have to deny its existence. I have to deny its existence no matter how much I want to exist. I have to deny. I have to. I have to. But it's tough. So tough that I'm not sure I'll manage. Realistically, I'll probably slip up and blurt out something incongruent. I do slip up a lot. I do hope I'll get better at it by then. Maybe I should stop. I lower my scarf and take a big breath. Ouch. I'm seriously gonna catch a cold from this. But at least my head feels really clear. I look up and see the familiar purple-gray of northern twilight. No, not twilight. Today's the first day of this year's polar night, so I won't see the sun until the tail end of December. It's nothing too bad. Personally, I don't mind the dark. Some people seem to get really depressed during this time, but I'm not one of those. If I stay out for just a little longer, wait for the clouds to clear, I'll see the stars come fully into view. A beautiful sight, especially from here, from the barracks. Far better than the dinky sliver of the sky I'd see from my apartment windows. Wish I could stick around for longer, but it's getting too cold. Start making my way back. Decrepit rows of worker housing disappear behind bigger and better homes. There's that old playground just around the corner. That's right, we used to go there all the time with Tosia. Even back then, it was kind of unpopular. They built a newer one just 5 minutes away, so we often got to just have the whole thing to ourselves. Guess that's why we kind of liked the place. Somehow today feels quieter than ever. I can hear a faint clicking sound as the wind passes through the swing set chains. Eh? I slowed down. There's a figure sitting on the frozen merry-go-round. Drunkard. No, we don't have those kind of people here. At least not out and about on the streets. The frame doesn't seem like it belongs to a man either. I approach gently, making my way through the snow. My Valenki sink into it with almost no resistance, almost zero sound. When was the last time we've had snow this soft? I don't remember. Or perhaps I've stopped noticing the crunch of ice under my feet. Perhaps it's me being too focused on the person I now recognize. It's Ira. Oh. She's hunched over, her elbows on her knees, hood down despite the cold. Her hair is tangled, half wet from the snow. What is she doing out here? Smoking or... Huh? Stop a few meters away. Ira's letting out quiet, gasping sobs. Ira? She looks up fast as if jolted awake. Eyes red and puffy, face raw from wiping it with her sleeves. There's a bit of snot on her upper lip. What do you want? I don't know what to answer. What do I want? All I can think about is how I've never seen a person look so small. Ira swipes at her eyes again, and then stands. She stumbles a little, trying to regain her usual posture. What, another one of your hangout spots? Damn creep. Her voice cracks halfway through. Well, enjoying the show. I slowly shake my head. No, I just saw you. Ira rubs her nose in her sleeve again. Her hands are shaking. Then go back to wherever the hell you came from. Go home, Asya. This isn't for you. I take a small step forward. I want to say something, anything, but my head draws a blank. Before I can squeeze out a single word, Ira turns around and stumbles through the snow away from the playground. I can't even muster the courage to call out to her, let alone follow. Simply watch as Ira vanishes into the alley. If not for her footprints, I'd believe she never was even here. The snow keeps falling. A feeling I've forgotten swells inside of me. I've learned not to acknowledge it, so it got buried many layers deep. Hollow space inside my chest grows darker. The sky is full of pinpricks. The world is looking down on me, but not in the way other people do. It's kind and gentle. I don't feel small under its gaze. Its eyes are pure and tender. Okay, so episode 1's over. Now we're on to episode 2, which is focusing on Marina. So that must have been Yeah, because today's December 19th, so this should be right after we left the school, I guess. Okay. So that was the last time we saw her. It's just at that playground. It seemed like she was crying. She was upset about something. It could be that she was leaving. Maybe she was getting sent away. That seems likely that she was getting sent away. I mean, it seemed like she was troubled in school, but there was definitely like some grander scheme going on. Like we kept finding her in really weird places, and she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm just smoking or doing whatever." I don't know if she was doing something illegal or something questionable. I'm not sure, but it definitely seemed like there was something bigger going on with her that we weren't really privy to. So you're now inside the Z.A.T.O cafe, and it's warm. I'm gonna go ahead and save here. I think we're gonna end it off. I think it said between 7 to 8 hours, right? So I'm assuming there's gonna be like either like 3 or 4 parts to this. I'll probably split it up between chapters. It seemed like that first half was 2 hours long, and I think that's a good first introduction to the story. Let's see, my initial thoughts. I really like this. I'm definitely vibing with the main character, obviously. Like, I had a lot to say about her thought process. It's definitely something that I relate to. Like, she seems like really young. I mean, because she is, and the way she kind of like thinks about things is very naive. And yeah, that's how I kind of grew up thinking, is very similar to her, and I've only kind of expanded upon that. I love to like think things through like that. And she's talking about like the evils of the world, but in contrast, you know, the name of the visual novel is I Love the World and everything in it, which is a very positive, very optimistic way of looking at life. So she's like kind of acknowledging like, hey, there is some bad in the world, but at the same time, like, I want to focus on the good. And that's like just such a good message to me, that it's hard to do. It's easy to focus on what's going wrong in your life and what's going on wrong in the world. It's so easy to focus on that. There's so many opportunities you have to do that, but there's not as many to focus on the good. And if you really put some time and attention into it, you can find a lot of good things that are happening in your life or to people around you or just in the world in general. It's harder to find the good, but it's out there and it's all around. So I love this idea of like trying to love the world and everything in it, even when there's evil, even when there's bad things. Trying to focus on the good is always the better solution. Definitely, I really am enjoying this so far. It's definitely like up my alley, my vibe, and I'm looking forward to finding out kind of what happened with IRA and what's going to happen to us because of that. I feel like we are destined to change because of this experience. I don't know if she's missing, if she got kidnapped, if she got sent away, or if she might even be dead. Who knows what happened? Clearly something big is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And in the next episode, we'll go ahead and continue off from after she went missing. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this as much as I have, and I'll see you guys next time.